Greeting of the day, my dear students. I'm Naveen. Hope you are doing good. My dear ones, in this video, we are going to talk about the 12th chapter of your book, and it is punctuation. So, punctuation is one of the important part of grammar, especially in writing. So, let's talk about this. The first step, if you can see there, so what you need to do there, the first exercise says put a tick against the correct rule. So I have done that for you. If you will read them and try to understand what is being given and what is hopefully right. So let's start with the first one. We use a full stop for a pause in a sentence. So I didn't think that it is right. So I'll move to next one. We use a full stop for a pause between sentences. So I think which is also not appropriate. So we use a comma when we list more than two things. So I found this is the right one. Again, then the same, always begin a new sentence with a capital letter. We have to remember that, and this is also right. So the next one, proper nouns begin with a capital letter. We all know that, and this is also right. So the next one is a sentence may end with a question mark. So yeah, it may like, right? It may be, or it depends. So we use an apostrophe at the end of constructions. Yeah, that's correct. So I put that right there. So now students, if you will see the definition, so it says like punctuation is the use of different marks in writing to make the meaning of the sentence clear. It means we use punctuations while writing of a different marks in writing to make the meaning of the sentence clear. It means through writing, if we are making something clear, so we use punctuations, right? So if we will move now and try to understand what has been given next. So आगे आप देखेंगे. Now that we have received a few uses of punctuation, let us look closely at commas. The table shows us how a comma is used. So comma, full stop, question mark, exclamation mark, these all are punctuation. So we are going to talk about them in this chapter. Let's start with comma. Okay, so uses of commas and with examples. So my dear students, if you are having this book, so you can practice yourself and try to understand these rules, because these are so simple ones, and I strongly hope if you will read them carefully and try to understand what is the concept behind it, definitely, and especially with interest. So your interest should be there, because without it it wouldn't be good for further activities or for you yourself also. So let's try to understand. Between items of a series or a list. It means we need to remember here between items when we talk about a similar kind of series or same food articles, or same the article which represent the same family, like that. So if you will see here, I bought milk, bread, eggs, oats and juice from the market. So if you will see there, the commas are the users of the commas used. So वो यहाँ पे इन चीज़ों को separate कर रहा है. So it means for separating things, जब हमारे पास a kind of same food article, as I mentioned before, so these all are food articles, so we have to separate them, like after milk, then milk comma, bread comma, and then eggs comma, oats comma, and then at last end. Okay, then that's how it's been separated here. Next one, I played for an hour. So first thing, first sense of activity or a kind of action, then comma, completed my homework, comma, ate dinner and went to bed. So different sort of activities. So for different sort of activities यहाँ पे आपको देखने को मिल रही हैं. So उनको separate करने के लिए comma का use भी आप देख सकते हैं, right? Let's move on. Between three or more adjectives or adverbs of the same type. So remember one thing when we talk about punctuation. So punctuation also separate adjectives and adverbs. जब एक से ज़्यादा adjectives किसी sentence में use हो रहे हो, तो उसको separate करने के लिए हम comma का use करते हैं. Same for the adverb. Okay. Let's try to understand through these examples. The first one, this is an old, comma, pink, comma, floral armchair. So it means, if you will see the first one, old, adjective, pink is kind of same thing. Then for separating that, you have to use comma, which is being used here. Floral armchair. So to separating these these items or these things or these adjectives, you can say, she played smoothly, comma, powerfully and confidently. So smoothly and powerfully are two adjectives or adverbs. Adverbs. So for उनके लिए भी आप देख सकते हैं जो separating करने के लिए यूज हुआ है comma का, right? To give a pause in a long sentence. And sometimes it's been used for in long sentences when we write. So for an example, as it becomes silent, people begin to feel comfortable. So the first part, as it becomes silent, and after that comma, right? So for separating those ones also. So students, in this video I'm going to talk about the next one. If you will see a apostrophe with possessive form. So use of apostrophe, we need to remember we use the apostrophe with s to show belongings. So apostrophe s जहाँ पे आपने देखा है अभी तक, so इसका हम use जो करते हैं belonging show करने के लिए करते हैं, right? Through this kind of table which has been given here, we can also relate things here, and I believe if you will try to read this with more attention, so definitely you will have some more ideas about apostrophe s. So people, if we talk about people, for example, let's say these are the girls' toys. So if you will see there, girls' toys, it means girl and then apostrophe s, because these belongs to this one. So जब हम लोगों की बात करते हैं तो उसके लिए ऐसा. This is Rohan's toy. Again, the toy belongs to Rohan. So Rohan की belonging show करने के लिए इसके साथ we use apostrophe s. This is my father's photo album. Whose father's? So to show belongings we use apostrophe. Again, animals के लिए भी आप ऐसे use कर सकते हैं. Some expressions of time. Remember one thing, Pia will be back in a week's time. So कभी कभी when we express ourselves in terms of using time, so we also use apostrophe. The last noun to show. Remember one thing in this sentence, Rajiv and Jaya's grandmother. Whose grandmother? Rajiv and Jaya's, because this is the last noun which is showing belonging, so we need to use apostrophe s. Okay, my dear students, in this video I'm going to talk about only these punctuations. I'll share the exercise part with you as soon as possible. And before we leave, before I put this video to an end, let's discuss these few more things here. Okay, with plural nouns we only add an apostrophe after s. For example, the boys' shoes. So if you will see there, for plural, if the boys, if we talk about the plural one, boys एक साथ बहुत सारों की बात हो रही है, so we just put apostrophe, okay, before the s. The ladies, again plural, ladies' toilet. The rabbits, babies, 2 months holiday. So when we have plural things, so we only use apostrophe at last. We don't have to add apostrophe, the s part. If the plural noun do not end in n s, we add the apostrophe n s. For example, the men's bags. It means if the plural nouns do not end, so यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हैं जैसे इन्होंने बताया कि s के साथ अगर नहीं end हो रही है तो we use apostrophe and then s. Women, again same. Children, again same. The next one, generally we do not use apostrophe and s with names of places. For example, Goa Beach, Marine Drive, right? So when we talk about places, so we don't have to use apostrophe s. Then I'll share this exercise with you as soon as possible in your WhatsApp group. So at last, students, I would say don't forget to share and subscribe the video. Okay, and thank you for watching. Have a great